So what's up, guys? So today I want to talk about this concept I've been looking into recently. I've heard about it about some time ago, called Breatharianism, right? So pretty much, what exactly is Breatharianism? So Breatharianism, and you might have seen me talk about it on my Instagram stories a few times. So pretty much, it's a concept that pretty much states that one can live without eating any kind of food. And there's been many people who've done it, who've tried to done it. So as I've been studying, I've questioned like whether breatharianism is even possible, because people really believe you can live without eating. I'm going to tell you that it is very possible. Why? Because you don't actually have to eat your food, you can drink it. Because I've been seeing people because when I first heard of breatharianism, I thought that you didn't consume any calories, any kind of calories. Because the way people, put breatharianism, they would say, yeah, I don't eat anything. But I was like, then how the fuck are you still living? But I'm like, well, you can drink all your damn calories. Because I saw this one breatharian named Audrey Bear. She was mentioned on Metro News. I think that's like some kind of British news company. And pretty much she proclaims herself as a breatharian. She doesn't eat anything. I believe she doesn't eat anything. But I originally thought, even when I was looking at her Instagram page one time, I thought that she didn't have any calories flowing through her vessel, through her system. But it turns out she drinks juices and smoothies. And I'm like, oh, of course. That's why she's still alive. Because she's drinking calories. You know what I'm saying? Because the body runs off calories. Because breatharians believe that you can live off of a force called prana. It's a concept in Hinduism. And prana is pretty much life force energy. They call prana the breath, hence the name Breatharianism. So, my thing is, and even looking at her page, she says that she does breathing techniques. She calls it breath work, I believe. But my thing is that there's no proof that this prana, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I love you if you get that reference. But there's no proof that prana is real. In my eyes, prana is O2, it's oxygen. You know what I'm saying? The Hindus realize that when you stop doing that, you stop breathing, you're dead. So I believe that's why they call prana the breath, the life force energy. Even in the Bible, the Jews, the Hebrews, the ancient Jews, pretty much, they said that God breathed into Adam, Yahweh or Jehovah. He breathed into Adam, he became a living soul. I believe it says that in Genesis. So even the Hebrews saw that, the breath was life. When you stop breathing, you die. So I don't, and even some Hindus believe that the prana is a mystical force that keeps all of life going. And I don't really believe that. The body runs off calories. That's what science has shown. You have to eat. Well, you don't have to eat. Like I said, as long as you get your nutrition, your carbs, your fats, your proteins, vitamin C, vitamin B12, all that, as long as you get the essentials, you can get it through drinking. You don't have to, no, I don't think you have to chew or anything like that. But like I said, to just say, well, I'm just going to live off breathing alone, that's not possible. People have died. I forgot her name. I'll probably have to look it up. But it was I think it was a German kindergartner teacher. She I believe she died trying to go breatharianism. Trying to go breatharian. And there's another lady named Jasmine, right? She is a breatharian. And she was on this Australian TV show. I think it's called 60 Minutes. So I think this happened where? I think it was in the 90s. And it was in Australia. So pretty much they had her, I think they were going to experiment how long she could pretty much fast. And I think when she was 3 days in fasting, about 3 days, I think she was pretty much dehydrated. She was showing effects of dehydration. And so they pretty much stopped it because they were thinking she might have had kidney failure. And she even had a book, and it was, I forgot her name, you probably have to look it up. Maybe I can find a link and leave it in the description below. But it was a woman, and she pretty much was doing a 21 fast program. And she also died while attempting to fast. She had a diary, and she even had Jasmuheen's book which I think was about breatharianism. So she was trying to follow along Jasmine's, ideology of breatharianism, and she ended up dying. And that's my thing. I mean, I believe fasting is healthy. You should fast. I fast twice a week. In fact, there's been many health benefits with fasting, but to say that I'm gonna just stop eating completely, no. Even because some people say when they fast, they feel like they don't need to eat. They feel more energetic. I'm gonna be real. I feel that too. Whenever I fast, sometimes I don't even have, like, people who try to fast have headaches. They feel sluggish. I don't really feel that kind of shit when I fast anymore. If anything, I do feel a little more energetic. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even eat healthy because I can't afford to. I have to eat whatever my parents buy, and that shit's not healthy. But like I said, at the same time, so when I fast, I do feel like I don't need to eat. But I'm not dumb. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not misinformed enough to believe that I can just fast and fast and fast for many fucking months and be okay. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. The body is equipped to go long periods without food. The body's fully equipped with that. That's why you have fat. You know what I'm saying? When you don't eat and your glucose and your muscles and your liver are burnt up, the body switches to fat for fuel. So you're allowed to, you're capable of doing that. See, what happens is when a lot of people who try to fast on a breatharian diet, it's really the lack of water that kills them. See, when I fast, I do drink water. When you don't drink water, because you can only go about 4 days without water, that is when you pretty much die. You know what I'm saying? You can go a long time without food. Even when you go a week of fast, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel like you're gonna die. You're supposed to eat. But without water, that's dangerous. You can die. Your kidneys will get fucked up. That's why I don't do these little 3-day fucking fast cleanses. No, man, all that shit's bullshit. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like I said, breatharianism, it's not possible. It goes against physics, the law of conservation of mass and energy. My thing is, you know what I'm saying, some breatharians claim that they get their energy from the sun. You can't. But I'm going to come back to that because it's probably possible. I'm going to tell you guys. But yeah, in general, no, you fucking can't. You're not a tree. You can't do that. You don't have the necessary chloroplast. You can't do photosynthesis like a tree. Humans don't have chloroplast within our cells. Only plants do, and I think some kinds of bacteria probably can do photosynthesis as well. But mainly plants can do photosynthesis. They can convert sunlight to glucose, which is energy, which is sugar, pretty much. We have glucose too. Like I said, it's in our, the body can break down carbs and proteins and put that, make it into glucose. That's stored in our liver, and it's stored, where's the liver on this side? I'm an anatomy guy, I should know. But it's stored in our liver and our muscles. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe, you can't. Breatharian, if you can probably drink juices and smoothies, like I said, but just not have any calories. No, I don't believe you can do that shit. I'm sorry, that's pseudoscientific to me. And like I said, it violates the law of conservation of mass and energy. You have to have your energy source come from somewhere. You can't just drink water because water has no calories. So, you know what I'm saying? My thing is you have to have the energy source. If you don't, you're gonna die. Prana's not real. I'm gonna be real with you. We can't measure the amount of prana in somebody's body. That's the truth. You can't measure that. Breathing techniques is not gonna help you live without food. I'm sorry. It can't. You can't harness calories from oxygen. There's been no scientific proof to even show that. Matter of fact, even this website I was reading up on called raymore.com, I believe. I might see if I can leave the link in the description below. But they even said, when I was reading on the page, that there's only been 2 scientifically proven breatharians ever. And there's one I know of who's probably a true breatharian. Like I said, I was going to get back to his name is Prahlad Jani. He's an old Indian guy, right? This is probably the only true breatharian there is. And like I said, it could be something up with his cells. I don't know. But pretty much he claimed that he hasn't eaten or drinking anything since he was like 12 years old. And so it was doctors in, I believe it was Nepal or India, somewhere around there, that wanted to pretty much test his claims out. So he had sat in a hospital for, I believe it was 10 days, or it was 10 days to 2 weeks, somewhere around there. He sat in the hospital for about 10 days. And he didn't eat or drink anything, and he suffered no effects of starvation and dehydration. He felt fine. And, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, how? He's the only scientifically proven breatharian. He sat, and he was monitored by doctors. They had cameras and everything. He was being monitored, so they made sure he didn't eat or drink nothing. And he suffered no effects, dehydration or starvation. Not at all. So he could be legit the only breatharian. Now the other, he mentioned too, I'm not sure about the other one. They did have a guy who was meditating underneath a tree, and I heard he meditated for like 40 days straight, something like that. That might be that guy. Could be a hoax though, I'm not sure. But the first one, he was medically documented to not have eaten anything or drink anything for 2 weeks straight. And they had cameras looking at him the whole time. And they hooked him up to machines, checked his blood and everything. He was fine. And my thing is like, wow. And even, it was, I was watching the documentary, probably I could find it to leave it below too. That it was a woman talking, saying that he legit might be getting his energy from the sun. So my thing is, it could be some kind of his cells, maybe his skin cells. There's something with him. It was a genetic mutation that allows him to break down sunlight to glucose. Maybe he has some kind of chloroplast in his skin cells. Who the fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, even if that's the case, I'm not going to become a fucking breatharian. I'm not going to risk my life trying to not. I don't even know why people want to do that. I try to look it up, some benefits for it, like why would anybody want to become breatharian? And you get many benefits, such as, you know what I'm saying, you get more time, you know what I'm saying, you have more energy, you lose weight. But my thing is, you can literally get all that shit from other sources. Like veganism has those exact same fucking benefits. Fasting as well. And even the energy thing, when people say I have more energy. I mean, to be honest, that's a placebo thing. You know what I'm saying? I've seen little kids eat McDonald's cheeseburgers and they go fucking bouncing off the walls, or they eat fucking candy and sugar and sweets and they're fucking hyper. It's all placebo. The only reason why a kid will eat a whole bunch of sugar and become hyper is not really because of the sugar that makes them hyper, it's the belief of it. It's the placebo effect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I can be sleepy as shit and I'll eat some fucking oatmeal pies and I don't feel, no, I'm still tired as fuck, dog. I might still have carbs in my, glucose in my muscles and whatnot, but I'm still tired. You know what I'm saying? It's all placebo. You know what I'm saying? People say, ever since I went vegan, I've been having a lot of energy. Yeah, it's placebo. You heard somebody say that shit and you tried it and it happened. It's your belief system. Just like with anything. You know what I'm saying? People say, I've been using crystals for healing. The crystals is not that's not healing you. Crystals don't heal. You know what I'm saying? It's the belief of the crystals. It's really the mind that heals. So, yeah, so when you go breatharian, does that give you energy? I don't know fucking how. I can fast for a day. I can't go over it. I can't do 2 consecutive days. A lot of doctors advise not to even fast for more than 2 days. But yeah. I'll say that breatharian, that concept, breatharianism, makes you feel energetic. It's placebo. It's not the breatharianism itself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Like I said, look into it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Me, do I recommend it? I'm sorry, I don't. It goes against the laws of physics. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, probably you could just drink your calories. Like I said, Audra Bear is a breatharian, and she does that, which technically would be a liquidarian, somebody who drinks liquids, but I don't know. Like I said, I like food. We were meant to eat. We have an entire fucking system right here designed for it. We have the stomach, the digestive tract, the fucking liver. Literally, those organs are designed for food. You know what I'm saying? Your liver metabolizes your food. So, yeah. Anybody who's going to try it, I recommend against it. But like I said, if you're going to do it, please be fucking careful. Just remember, motherfuckers have died with it. Also, I failed to mention, people have came out as frauds, such as Wiley Brooks. He's a breatharian. But he's been caught eating many times. But remember, some breatharians actually do break their fast every once in a while. They'll eat some food, go back on their years of fasting, they eat some food. So some breatharians do break their fast. But Wiley Brooks, just to let you know, has, because he claimed to have not eaten anything in 15 years. But he was caught eating hot dogs and shit like that. and I even heard he said once that the only non-radioactive food is quarter pounders and Diet Coke. Quarter pounders with cheese, to be exact. And I'm like, what the fuck do you even mean by that? I'm like, what? Dude, that doesn't even make any sense. They're only food that's not radioactive. But I don't know. Anyway, if you're gonna try it, be be careful. I recommend against it though. And as always, I love you guys. Much love.